Hey everybody, Chris Kirkpatrick here. I am the safe bet money guy teaching the secrets of the wealthy to the movers and shakers of the world so they can avoid the stock market casino and gamble proof their lives. So you're probably thinking right now, if you are a money guy, what are you doing on here talking about InfusionSoft and ClickFunnels? Well, here's let me just tell you a little bit about my journey, I guess, before, because I think it might be able to help you a lot if you are contemplating either InfusionSoft or ClickFunnels. And my wife and I, a couple years ago, decided to kind of start going down this rabbit hole, if you will. We were not internet marketers. We were not digital marketers. We didn't really know. She knew a little more than I did, but we really were total amateurs when we started this venture. And my story is I was the head of recruiting and development for a Fortune 1000 financial firm, and I left because I just couldn't deal with the bureaucracy anymore. I couldn't deal with a lot of the different things. But when you leave and you start your own financial firm and your own financial company, you have to manage a lot of different things. You have to deal with client acquisition. You have to deal with managing your CRM and how do you manage all your client files and all that stuff. And in our journey to find a solution that fit, she found InfusionSoft. And so in that journey, we started using InfusionSoft, and literally we used it for, I'm going to say 18 months, give or take a month. Yeah. And, it was struggle after struggle after struggle, and they call it Confusionsoft for a reason, is what I discovered. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying everything about it was bad. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through a list of the pros and cons. But what I'm really excited about to share with everybody is we stumbled upon this thing called ClickFunnels. And ClickFunnels, I can say at this point in time, I'm super excited about, because ClickFunnels has basically simplified my life. And yeah, there's some little idiosyncrasies to it a little bit, but overall it makes life, and for what we do and what our needs are as a business, as a small business, and as a business that's looking to grow online, it makes our life just a lot easier, a lot more straightforward. It makes reaching our clients more seamless, and it makes organization of everything and creation of all of our sites and email campaigns and autoresponders and everything that we have going on. It makes it way easier, simpler, I guess is the best way to, more streamlined. And it saves a lot of time.
The advantage of that, hi everyone, this is Hannah. And the advantage, you see my picture up in the top right corner, just kind of weird. But the advantage, I think, of that ease is that I am able to spend more of my time now working on driving traffic rather than doing the management of our back-end systems that I was doing. I first found InfusionSoft and was super excited about it because I thought, like Chris was saying, that I would be able to have the Lamborghini instead of the Fords, which were a bunch of the other software programs that were available. And I thought it would be really helpful to have everything that we needed, both online and offline, under the same roof. And while there's great advantage to that, it's really more of an enterprise solution. So for larger companies, for someone who's an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, or a small shop, like Chris is he's the expert in the space. He's the leader, the mover, the shaker of the company, and I'm his support from a sort of marketing space, a branding space, a business development space. And I really was looking forward to having everything under one roof. And what I found in that is that it's not just having a Lamborghini, it's having a rocket ship. InfusionSoft is. And I don't know how to fly a rocket ship. So I need a car that's going to be awesome, that will get me from here to there, but it needs to be a car. You guys get me?
But you're not a pilot.
I'm not a pilot, right? So, and I'm pretty savvy in the digital space. And although I haven't done this particular space in online marketing before, I have been in the online marketing space for a long time, the online space for a long time. So anyway, what Chris and I thought, as we've gone through a lot of headaches and a lot of heartaches, I mean, I was spending probably, what would you say, babe, 20 hours a week?
Way too many.
Probably 20 hours a week or more managing just the content, the organization, the arrangement of the timing of the emails to be sent to people, how to set up the database of our customers, and then for the affiliate programs to try to resell a program that I finally got on, how to do all the back end of that, and it just, the further down, like we would be like, oh, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this. And what I've realized is that you shouldn't always do everything that you can do. Infusionsoft allows you to do a million things, but to make money in this space, which is really what it boils down to for you and me, we don't want to just be able to do anything. We want to pick a few things, be great at them, and monetize it. So we're going to show you guys before we lose our Infusionsoft account, while we're still paying for both sides of this, before we shut it down. Yeah. We just wanted to show some of our fellow entrepreneurs, because we love you and we have a place in our heart for helping entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Kind of some of the pros and the cons, and compare them side by side. I hope it'll help you.
Yeah. So here's just a side-by-side comparison. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring you through the creation, what it looks like on the back end, and give you an overview of the creation of the email campaigns, an overview of the membership site creation.
Yeah, the membership site is the first one that we moved over to ClickFunnels. We've got a 9-week online course, and it's called the Life 180 Roadmap to Financial Success. We had set it up in Infusionsoft and using a whole medley of programs to make it happen. That's what you're going to see on the left-hand side on my screen here. And then it's the first one that we moved over the roadmap over here. So how do you want me to start to get into?
Well, so first and foremost, what I'd love you to do is show them kind of how it started, what it looks like, what it looked like on Infusionsoft. For us to set up, explain what the process was for us to start up a membership site on Infusionsoft. So I guess I'll start kind of like what we did was we started by first and foremost starting up with Infusionsoft. We had to subscribe. We had to do the whole startup pack with Infusionsoft.
Yeah, it's like a $2,000 startup that's mandatory with Infusionsoft. And then I think we paid $300 a month ongoing for this program. So I guess if you want to see it from the beginning, here's a lot of your nav. You have a CRM, a customer relationship management program. You can keep your contacts. You can have them triggered by companies, opportunities. There's a whole lot of, it's kind of like a Salesforce. If you guys are using Salesforce or something equivalent to that, to rank people by their opportunities. And then you get into marketing, campaign builder, your emails, your broadcasts, your lead generation. You can look at a little bit of analytics of where your people are coming from. How did they find you? There are some templates. And then in the e-commerce side, you can make your own products, which we've done, both digital as well as products for shipping. They don't manage any of the shipping end, FYI. Not the place to use if you're trying to sell and have like on-demand product. You can set up promotions very easily here. So if you got something where you want to be giving great discounts, like this week I'm going to give 20% off, use this code, for instance. Infusionsoft did allow us to do that, and we did a lot of that. It gets complex, but you can do it. You'll hear me say that a lot with Infusionsoft. Don't be tricked. I was tricked into you can do it means you should do it. So, and it doesn't, and that's what I've learned. But then you have the admin. You can add lots of users, whatever. So you go into, show you guys what I'm looking at. You go into marketing, campaign builder. This is going to show me the list of all of the
Okay, just sign back in.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just sign back in. This is going to show you the list of all of the campaigns that we had going on, which are essentially the different programs that you're creating to drive traffic. And here's the roadmap. And this started small and sort of built out and grew and grew.
It becomes a hydra. You can, like it takes over, and it's just crazy.
And then you just get lost in you can do this and you can do that. So to navigate, you have to do shift and then you move it over. And this is kind of what the beast begins to look like here. I started over here, like this is a couple of what they call web forms. This is the info captures. This is a way that a lot of people will talk about it online. When I click on it, it shows me the form fields of give me your name, your email. I can specify if I want their phone number, if I want their last name. You can ask a whole bunch of questions. I get to design the form here, adding the form fields. Then I give them a thank you page, either one that I send away, which I'm doing as an upsell offer. You can change the settings, and then you get a notification email, and then you can also get the code for it if you'd like to embed this into a website instead. So then I go back to the campaign. I was just showing you like what one of the web forms looked like. So if I had 3 people come, or 3 different lead sources, if you will, I have to set up different web forms for each one of them. Then I send them to a different, what they call a sequence in here. So for instance, in this one, I'm going to give them a free product. We call it the free credit cheat sheet, right? So I apply tags, first of all, telling people, I'll show you what these look like, that their behavior, they requested the PDF, and then what category. I have to tag them to a certain category, and then I have to say exactly what it was that they were asking for. I apply, and then I might remove that they were a prospect, and once they buy something, I'll tag them as a customer, and I'll remove them as a prospect, stuff like that.
So there's a lot of moving parts. I mean, like you have to literally go through step by step.
But I wish that I knew the detail and the complexity of this before I jumped into it. So that's why I'm showing you guys in detail. It's going to be a little long, but it's worth it. And then if there's a timer, you wait 10 minutes, you can specify the time. And then I sent them an email with the instructions to download. So you have to save it, you have to update it, whatever.
How many hours on average does it take? Everything that they're looking at here on, let's say, one of these strings, the top one here, the Life 180 credit PDF free download, going to the free.
Well, then I got an email, and so from here, then we got a little fancier, and I was like, well, people are not opening the emails that I sent. So I called them, and they said, well, hey, you can set up this extra little wingding thing. That is not the real name. I don't know what it's called. That is like, oh, if you've unopened the email, we can tag them as unopened the email. And then I give them a separate sequence. So in here, I'm going to add on, hey, check your email next time, dingbat. Like, I'm sending you good stuff, right? I time it at least 2 hours, and you got to figure all of this out.
And yes, you really said that.
I actually said, hey, open your email next time. And then if they open their email, then they get this sequence, which is a different email on a different timer. Either way, they come here, they purchase our, what they call the tripwire, which is like the low price product. And I got to set this up in the shopping cart. You asked me about the hours. There's really no way to quantify, except for it takes a long time. With this was a specific product purchase. You can do a category. If they purchase this particular product, then I set up the sequence here to give them the paid product. Here's what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, to just give someone a product. All right. We're giving them a product through an email. I had to generate the password for them, apply 2 tags to them that they were customers and that they got a certain thing, had to time it, and then I gave them a purchase confirmation email, which I had to, obviously write. But you have to write that in both programs, so that's no problem. That's no problem. So here's their email, and then this is letting them know in a few minutes you're going to get your login details. And then 2 minutes later, they get their login details, which they do auto-generate because you've created a password, or they've auto-generated a password. Pros and cons to that. So then there's this one, which then I have to populate, I have to know the merge fields and whatever to be able to put that in. So there's learning curve to be able to use those merge fields and all of that stuff. This is important to know because it's for one simple product offering. This is the first.
So many steps.
Yeah, this is a lot of steps to get them to buy like a $37, product essentially, and then I give it to them.
And the reason, let me just interject for 1 second. The reason that
I'll just keep showing them.
Yeah, that's cool. The reason that I asked her how many hours it went into it is because I feel like if you're watching this video and you're listening to us and you're taking the time to go through this and see this all, you're probably, at least there's a high likelihood that you're in the situation that we were in. We wanted to take what we were doing, create a product, put it online, and be able to monetize that product relatively quickly, right? Like, let's face it, most people don't have the ability to, you okay?
Sorry,
most people don't have the ability to wait 6 months before turning a profit or 8 months before turning a profit. And the challenge with InfusionSoft, with what we had, is you can see step after step after step after step in the learning curve. I don't care how good at internet marketing you are. If you go to get into InfusionSoft, it's a learning curve.
Yeah,
you're going to have to learn it.
And this has been almost a full-time job for me. And like I said, I was in the digital space. I did e-commerce. I helped transition companies into e-commerce. I did like digital consulting with a consulting company. Worked with Google Analytics before. I know enough to be dangerous. And I would say I'm pretty quick on the uptake, right? I might not know all of this, but I'm pretty quick at learning it. And even for me, and I'm not the smartest one in the room. Like, I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying I came in with a little bit of at least comfort in being able to speak a new tech language pretty easily. And even still, you guys, this has been pretty intense. So here then I give them paid full access finally through the Tripwire. We're bringing them through the sales funnel, essentially. You give them a free product. You then try to get them to buy a low price product once they trust you, and then you give them way more value than what they paid for. So they know you, they trust you as a brand, and then you bring them into the full product, ideally, right? So this is all the different ways that they could potentially be coming in. All of this stuff is coming into the first small product and then coming into the next product. And then here's giving them the full access.
So ultimately, this is the funnel. This is what the funnel looks like.
This is what the funnel looks like.
This is what the funnel looks like.
Yeah, and you can rearrange, but things have to be in a specific order. They have to be linked. All of these arrows I'm in control of. I have to link them. I have to make sure that this web form, for example, is only tagged to this. And then I have to jump over to my actual website and make sure that it's accepting this web form, and then that the thank you page is programmed to give them the right thing and send an email and get them to the product. So there's 3 moving parts to every one of these deals.
So if you guys are anything like me, because she's been in this space, she's literally been in Infusionsoft hell for a long time just dealing with this. And if you're anything like me, you're looking at this, I'm getting overwhelmed and frustrated just watching the navigation.
Oh, but I haven't even shown you the weeks. Here's the actual course. Here's the module drip release emails. Hang with me, friends.
But wait, there's more.
Well, and then here what you're seeing on this screen is how I screwed it all up, which is actually what made us be willing to jump ship, that you're seeing here when I tried to get creative and check in on people midstream, right? So here's the module drip release. Someone bought our 9-week course. And they were all in. They were like, yes, I'm going to pay for the access. I'm excited to be in the course. And you'll see next, I'll show you that you get an email from us every week releasing the module from the separately hosted course. Here's what I tried to do. I tried to get creative and go, week 1, hey, how's it going, guys? Checking in, right? Week 2, don't forget, join our private Facebook group. Week 3, and I was just going to do an additional something of added value for them each week. Well, what happened is that and this didn't correspond well. So it was jacking up how people were actually getting our drip release emails. And their timing sequence is really rigid. Here you go. This is where the fun starts. And the timing was crazy. So people would be in week 3, and because I sent that email, they couldn't get something else for 7 days. And
this is like learning code.
I was working with probably 10 people and manually adding them to different weeks of the program because the timing wasn't jiving with what Infusionsoft had set up, and I couldn't override it. And then if I override, So here's the timing, for example. You got 2 days after you start. You apply a tag, which is pretty simple. This is about release module 1. So in the off-site membership site, you have to use that. That's the key, okay? That's the key to unlock module 1. Sending HTTP posts over to that site is what communicates that key being unlocked on the other site. So for instance, we had our site hosted on WordPress. At first, I built it with Optimize Member, which was a free add-on to my Optimize Press membership.
Which cost $300.
Which cost $300 up front with no residuals. And then I upgraded, so I thought, to Memberium, which is kind of a startup. It's kind of one of the newer membership programs. Some of the Infusionsoft help people actually recommended it to me because they are a plugin for membership sites for Infusionsoft only. So that's what they specialize in. So I was like, oh, cool, they must be perfect. I did a lot of research on them. And I switched over and I added the Memberium plugin, which broke all of my links for Optimized Member and started me over. Essentially, and then it took weeks, and I was on midnight phone calls with the founders of the company and their tech team to get me started and launched and migrate my site over.
And they were super sweet.
They
and
were
nice
really
and
nice
really
about
helpful.
it. Yeah,
you got to give them the credit for
that. I got great things to say about them. Micah and his team over there, they're just really, and Dave, they're really fabulous guys, and they're willing to bend over backwards to make it work. It just felt like it was more work and work and work. And I am no coder. I'm no developer. I don't want to be in that space all the time. I just want it to happen easily and have a beautiful, easy to use membership site. And this isn't doing it, right? When you got to send the posts over to the membership site, either one to unlock it, then at the same time, I send the email letting the user know that their content has been released. So they have to go re-log in and get the content. So hey, member, guess what? Yo, let's rock it. Here's our first week, whatever. Go to this link, which takes them off site. and is now triggered ideally that it will be unlocked by the time they get there. I can't tell you the number of times that my content was not unlocked for them by the time they got there.
And why was that?
Because of the internal timing sequences that it would take me an hour to explain, and I would still do it poorly.
So ultimately,
when I got fancy, I jacked it up. Like when I over here tried to add additional emails in
all
here.
these things they tell you that you can do wind up unless you have somebody who is really a certified pro doing this, which would have cost us a fortune to do.
Yeah, and the challenge is when I called InfusionSoft, the pro is that they have phone help, which is terrific, and they're really knowledgeable, and they can show you how to do anything all different ways, right? Because what InfusionSoft is great at is saying, tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you 3 ways you can do it. Very user-friendly in that way, kind of like, what Windows was good at from the beginning. You could do it 3 ways, whereas on a Mac, you can do it 1. The downside is that I wasn't assigned to one individual help person. And so every time I would try to do something, I would get someone different who would kind of rework what the other person did. And it never, like I ended up with something done 5 ways and all the links were broken and things just weren't working. Right. But so ideally, just to show you guys kind of the process here, you go from week 1, then you give it a timer, and then you tag it, which is your key code again to release the next week, release module 2. And then you send the post to your membership site to let them know. And then you send the email to the client, letting them know that they go and repeat. And so each one of these, I had to manually go in, and I used a template. I saved the first one as a template, and I was able to pull in the template, but I retyped it all, and this is the time it takes to reopen it, which doesn't seem crazy until you're working on 9 weeks. Then you're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And whatever, it does give you a spam score right here. It does allow you to merge in here, so I can put someone's first name, like, hey, Rob, what's up? Open this email, that kind of stuff. But yeah, so you add in your communications, your process, your notes. All of that is just for the actual program, for them to get their, open your emails so you can go see your content. And let me show you, do you want me to jump over now?
Yeah.
And let me show you what the process is to create the course.
The Memberium course, or?
The course when we moved it over to ClickFunnels, right? Okay, so this was the course as it looks in InfusionSoft.
So what she's talking about, the course, are you talking about the course?
The membership course.
Okay, so you're going to talk about the course. You're not going to talk about the funnel. I mean, we just did the funnel. Why don't you keep on the funnel?
Well, so what essentially this is when Chris says funnel, guys, he means, and when they use funnel in ClickFunnels, it's essentially the whole sales process. So at the top of the funnel, you're driving traffic. You're bringing in people who are giving you their information via an info capture. What you guys saw, they called it a web form in InfusionSoft. So you're capturing their name and their data. Those things are called merge fields, also in a database that then you can populate into an email. Which then says, hey, Fred, thanks for joining me. That kind of stuff.
You sound like the teacher in Charlie Brown.
Wah, 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 wah. Really?
It's
Am
great,
I using way too much text?
I'm just like,
Oh, sorry. Okay. So essentially, what's the sales funnel? So at the top of the funnel, you got people who may be interested. They're checking out your program. They give you their information, their data, their info, and then you move them into the next step of the funnel. And as you move them down, you get them closer to the sale, right, of your product. That's the goal. So in here, you saw, if you want to call it a funnel, which is kind of ClickFunnels terminology. In here, this is a campaign. In InfusionSoft, this is a campaign. And the funnel looks a little more, think of it as like horizontal, I guess. That over here on the left side, I have the different people who are coming in for different reasons. They're giving me their information here, and I'm moving them down the life cycle of the customer with a free product and then a whatever.
So ultimately,
to getting to the end, ultimately into joining my membership site, buying my course.
Okay,
that's what I'm going to show you over here, what it looks like equivalently.
What's important before you get into that, though, that I think people need to understand is when we look at this, right? When we look at this and I say, okay, how much energy and effort is it going to take to get a result, right? Because that's what we're all going for. We want to be able to have a product, a course, a something, and we want to be able to sell it. We want to be able to create it and sell it and market it.
Funnel. Yep.
That's your sales funnel. That's what that looks like.
Yeah.
And so from my perspective, sitting here as the person who is kind of the talking head on all these videos and in the course and it's my product essentially. You're amazing at doing all this stuff behind the scenes. I was incapable of doing anything behind the scenes because when you look at this InfusionSoft nightmare, in my opinion, to you, you make it work. To me, it is my worst nightmare looking at this. Like my head wants to explode. I can't do it, right?
I can't look at a spreadsheet like you do, though.
I can't look at this in my head. Seriously, it hurts me. I just can't, please
To me, it's actually kind of organized, and I like its organizational qualities, but what I don't like is its return on investment. And I mean that because the time that it takes to get everything properly organized and laid out just as such and make the links work and all of those tech words that I threw at you, to make all of that work is a part-time job.
And I don't want to know all those tech words.
I know.
And I'm thinking about, if
all you want to do is get your information out to the world and monetize it by helping a lot of people.
And so
that's the bottom line that we lose in InfusionSoft, y'all.
And what I'd love you to do right now, before anything else, and all the other stuff you want to do is great. What I'd love you to do right now is show them all this stuff that it looks like. How do you make all the emails? How do you make the funnels, the sequence, if you will? Get rid of all the big words, please, because they don't matter. Please, what are the merge fields and all this crap that I don't care about? How do I transition that into sales? So just show them, giving them an example, show them everything that was there recreated in ClickFunnels, because I'm telling you folks, when you see this, I can do this now. Now, I'm not nearly as good or quick or whatever as she is. I don't have the design eye. She's great at this stuff. But I can go. Sweet. But I can actually go in and do it if I need to now. If she were down and out and sick, I could operate on this. Yeah. It's so much simpler and easier to understand. I love how you use the example of Windows versus a Mac. This is very much like the Mac. Yeah. Versus
and at first, if any of you guys have done the switch from a Windows to a Mac or vice versa, I didn't ever want to switch to a Mac because I didn't want to lose the capability of doing everything 3 different ways. Yeah. And I did feel the same about ClickFunnels. Chris was singing the praises, and I'm like, dude, I thought poorly about it at the beginning when I was analyzing the options out there. I misinterpreted its simplicity for its power. And that was my mistake, I guess. I thought I wanted to be able to do everything. And here, let me show you that in an example.
Yeah, please,
all right. So no theory. All right. So here's the course. Essentially, they're organized and they reorganize based on what I'm working on in this particular section, just within the category of their funnel. So I can't keep the course at the bottom, even though my organized little brain would like to, because that's the end result. But these up here are essentially the top of the funnel. So think the web forms over here. When we were capturing people's information, these are the different ways of potential customers coming to see us. So this one is the full course direct. I'll just show you. It's if someone goes on to life180.com because they know about Chris's business and they are like, I just want to buy your course, or we meet someone at a fair or something, and they hear Chris talk and they're like, I'll just pay full price for your course. I don't care. Get me in. This is the page. This is the funnel that I can send them in to get the course, sort of full price.
And looking at this, see down here on the left sidebar, use the cursor to show everybody what I'm talking about. This right here, this is the funnel. Everything you see on the left side here with all these steps and action steps and merge fields and blah, 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 blah. All that is integrated into here. So much cleaner.
Well, and the difference here is that, I don't have to add the arrows. I don't have to create the programming essentially behind the scenes to make these talk to one another. The guys who created ClickFunnels have already done that. Russell Brunson is this online marketer who kind of made himself from scratch. He started selling some stuff in college and he just built this system out as he went. So it's really built by people who want to monetize their stuff quickly, as opposed to being an enterprise operations that can do everything. But so the top of the funnel is the sales page. You can kind of see it down here. This is what it looks like. It shows you the benefits and it has an order now button. Then it goes to the order form, which makes sense once you click the order now button. And again, I'm not making these talk to each other. So I don't have to manually put into the code of that button, go to this link. It just does it. It just knows by the order that the funnel is created in where to go from there. So here's the actual order form that they send in. You can also see that it's giving me analytics.
The analytics
essentially
that
the
matter.
results. Essentially, yeah, it's giving me the results of each of these pages right here on the fly. I don't have to go add Google Analytics to all of this to see where people are getting lost in my sales funnels. And, it shows me conversion ratios, which right now this is all actually not even realistic because I just made this like a few days ago. But I can do what it does is a one-time offer upsell. So after they do the order form, they automatically go to this page. Like, hey, guess what? And I'll just show it to you real quick. Hey, guess what? I'm going to preview it in a new tab. Thanks for your purchase. Here's something else that might be of interest to you, because you loved and you're excited to get started on our program. Here's Chris's private coaching, for example. I made this page last night, you guys. I made it in a couple of hours and was able to put it into the funnel and make it work because the automatic upsell is already built into their program. So here we go. So I threw together this, here's a coaching package that's a total upsell for us. We don't have many of these people doing it. We keep it to 5 private students for him, but why not offer it? It's simple and easy. And then here's a downsell. So if you don't want to do the private coaching, hey, cool, no worries. I got something else cool for you might be interested in. Actually, this is the downsell, I think, from the sales page. I'll show it to you real quick. I'm just going to open it up for you so you can see. They're really pretty. They're templated. I used one of their templates.
Hey, this is Chris
I branded it for us, and then I
repeat
repeat it.
Teaching the secrets of the wealthy to the movers
I've got it to
and shakers
autoplay
of the world
his
for
video.
So they can, yep.
Which is kind of cool. And then I'm like, hey, if you didn't want the whole package, start with the single module. So here's the downsell. I put in some, testimonials. Here's the consultation you'll get, whatever. Here's the program with its guarantee. And then I'd like the single module. And you can imagine where that brings you. That brings you right back here to the order form. And if someone accepts it, then it doesn't give them any more downsells. And if
they say no,
then it keeps going to downsell. Okay, take my ebook instead. And if not, okay, then take a free week of my course. So here's our final downsell, which over here in InfusionSoft, there are no upsells, downsells, except for via email.
Or one-click upsells.
Or I have to custom code in the shopping cart, which I didn't even show you guys.
That's a whole different rabbit hole.
Yeah, the shopping cart is a completely different thing in InfusionSoft. It's over here. I have to go into e-commerce setup, and then I need to do products. And this is the e-commerce setup page, which is entirely separate, right? So I have to create, I'll show you my order forms. I have to create different products, different order forms. Here's my, Debt Monkey special offers. So let me show you the preview of this over in InfusionSoft. So this is InfusionSoft, essentially. I'll make it a little bigger so you can see it again. Which, it's fine. It's crisp. It's clean. It works. I can do PayPal, or I was using the InfusionSoft payments. There's no additional charge for that. They just charge you a percentage based on your sales, which is the same. We partnered with Stripe. There's a few different partners you can use. You can use a whole slew of them. With ClickFunnels, they do recommend a few people, which is nice.
But the one thing,
there's no upsell here.
Right.
I can do a promo code, and if they take it, they just go to their thank you page.
Right.
And if they don't take it, then they just close the page and they're done. So there's a lot of lost sales potential in there.
One of the better practices, I guess best practices from some of the people that we've been learning from over the last year and a half are utilizing a strategy called the one-click upsell.
Mm-hmm.
And when you try to do that, like you said, in InfusionSoft, you go through, and if you want to build in a one-click upsell, it takes a lot of special coding. I think I remember it was going to cost us $500 just in coding just to get the one-click upsell built.
I'd have to hire a coder developer on my own. They don't
Right.
offer that even through InfusionSoft.
But with ClickFunnels, the one-click upsell is built automatically into the funnel,
Mm-hmm.
automatically into the product, automatically into the credit card processing.
Yeah,
everything.
It's pretty awesome. It comes already, these funnel steps, a lot of them already come, and you can add more. I added this final downsell. I was just there on the final downsell. Okay, guys, if you don't want anything else, you don't want to buy anything from me, I'm going to give you the first week of our full program completely free. So check it out. And then no thanks, I could do this link. I want to send you to my YouTube channel, and you can watch all of Chris's awesome videos, and that's totally free. So that's the end of the sales funnel. But as you can see, it's so much quicker and easier to get them through a real life sales process. Like with, hey, would you like fries for that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, you wouldn't. Oh, I have this other small accessory to sell you.
And it's so fast.
And then if you need to add a new step to it, well, let me go. Maybe I can show them do you want me to show them what a real, like a building of funnels looks like?
Well, yeah, you can do that. Guys, all I could tell you is I wouldn't touch InfusionSoft. And last night I built a 4-page funnel in about, an hour and a half?
Yes, you did.
It was.
Do you want to show them?
Sure, if you want. Sure. There you go.
It's in here. This is your funnel. So you bring in some. Oh wait, before we get into this though.
Okay.
Chris, this actually looks nice. Babe.
I built it in literally an hour and a half.
There's your landing page, and then he did a webinar funnel, so it does incorporate with a couple of the great webinar providers. We use Webinar Jam. They've been really terrific. They're a personal touch. Again, people who are looking to monetize this stuff, and they know how it works. They know how to get the kinks out quickly. And you take them all the way down through the process,
yes,
which is great. Then I go back here. It is a little cumbersome that it doesn't give you a drop down of all of your funnels listed at once. That would be a bit of usability, UX advice that I would give them from a prior life. But so in the roadmap anyway, as I was showing you guys, this is the full thing. So at the beginning, here's one way. If someone comes in and wants to pay direct, here's someone that we discounted. Like, let's say you took me up on the offer for a free week, and at the end of it, people are like, oh my gosh, Chris, I've learned more about how my money works differently with a couple of your philosophies and how to take advantage of the stuff that you've taught me outside of the stock market, that I want your full course. So I'm like, cool, but since you put a week in, I'm going to give you a discounted rate. So then I create the funnel for the discounted rate. That's here. It looks very similar, but it's short and sweet. Here's the sales page. Here's the order form. And then the order confirmation takes them straight to the actual program that they purchased. And I don't have to manually link all of these things. It knows what sequence.
Knows what to do.
It takes a lot of maybe my job security away. Maybe I shouldn't so much. And then here's the splinter. I can upsell. I can say, hey, start with the $37 program and then upgrade to the program and, to the full thing. Here's the 3 video series that we're offering. Again, these are the top of the funnel. But then once you get down to the bottom of the funnel, the meat and potatoes is welcome to our complete online course. And the course. You didn't want me to jump right into the course.
That's okay, go for it.
But let me show you what the course looked like when we were using InfusionSoft. We were using WordPress, which was hosted on. Can you pull up the list of stuff?
Yeah,
I made a little list. We had WordPress, which we were hosting on GoDaddy, and then we bought Optimized Press to build the pages. And then we used Optimized Member, which is a part of Optimized Press, to build out this membership site.
And Optimized Press, just to break down the costs, because if you're running a business, which you probably are, there are obviously costs. And so GoDaddy, if you're going to host on GoDaddy your website, if you're going to do anything with WordPress, it's going to have to be hosted somewhere. So that's going to be at least $10 a month. Well, at least for us it was. You could probably get a little cheaper than that if you don't have as many sites as us. But let's just say $10 a month. WordPress, we did buy a $50 theme. That wound up not being completely necessary. Optimized Press cost us $300 one time. That got us actually 9 domains for that price. And then we, of course, had to deal with the InfusionSoft, which was a $2,000 startup pack, and the $299 a month. And that was for everything we've kind of showed you to this point in time. What's going on?
I don't know. So essentially what I did, guys, when I moved the course from using Optimized Member over to Memberium, and then I stopped with that because we switched over to ClickFunnels. I think this old course, I tried to go back to Optimized Member, and it's not going to, what's it, WP Admin. And I just wanted to show you kind of the old one. But I don't know if all the functionality is actually properly set up anymore. It used to be. And so this is, if you've all probably are familiar with WordPress, so I don't need to show you the back end of what a WordPress site looks like. But here's the sales pages, and then I can go to my dashboard. and I get access to all of these different weeks. I was
Right.
just trying to click through to show them
So
the
there you
weeks. There you go. And so within each
Go to week 3.
week,
That's the best week.
yeah, this
To
is
kinda
the best
show.
week. That's why we sell it as an individual module as well. So I can like do a thumbnail, and I can, title this and title that. Within each of these, it's hosted on its own page, which has its own link up here, which is why in every one of those emails in InfusionSoft, I had to toggle back and forth and put this exact link into each of those exact emails to get people here. Otherwise, they wouldn't see the course. And then I have to host the video and all of that jazz. So anyway, I mean, it looks nice. It took a lot of kind of design to make all of this happen. I could, put the homework in. Chris made some fabulous PDFs that are branded to him that walk people through it. We give them a free ebook that he made about credit and debt and all of that jazz. And we could do some WordPress or Facebook comments. So that's neat. And then on this side, to show you what it looks like now that it's all hosted straight up within ClickFunnels.
Oh, it looks so much better.
This is the full... I'll just make it bigger. This is the same course. It has a dashboard here, but each one of these, here's the free trial, the foundation. You go into each module and each lesson, they're hosted right here. They don't have separate video pages. And if you'll notice up here,
hello and welcome.
Hello and welcome. The link hasn't changed. So every time I send them an email once a week, it's just like a courtesy email. But all of these links aren't manually being arranged and designed and like copied and pasted everywhere.
But it is key to understand that we have it set up so they are time released. So when you come in, if you're only in the course for 2 weeks, you're not going to have module 3 yet. Module 3 will just show up when it's available.
Yeah. And right now I have something, I'm logged in with an account that only gets, like, this is the single module 3. You have to go to each one of these individually. It doesn't list them anywhere else altogether. But I can't access these because, or that one, I guess you can, but these because they're timed. So they're still timed release. It's just using like one link for the entire program instead of all those subtle different little links.
Which is way simpler.
But we're still able to, it's simpler, but at the same time, I'm able to get the functionality that I wanted. Like I can still sell this single module for $37 like I did over here as a separate product.
Yeah. How about the PDF downloads and stuff? Where were those? I don't see those.
So the PDF downloads are still, where did I put those little babies?
Great question.
I don't know. They're in here somewhere.
It'd be week
3. Yeah. So like right here with the ebook.
Yeah.
Instead of having it listed all below the videos for week 3, I've just got it separate so that I can also now sell it separately. So I just have it timed, and here you go. And then you just download now. And I uploaded it, so they'll host it here. I don't have to send them back to my WordPress page like I did before. This is actually hosted in my Google Drive because it was bigger than the other ones. So, but it's cool. They go right to my Drive. They can view it. They can read it. Obviously, it's 20 plus pages, and it's a huge value that we're giving for free, but it's easy to...
Well, we give it with the course.
Yeah.
It's included in the course.
It's included in the course.
We do sell it for $7 if you're interested.
For $7. I know, it's a break the bank. It's one of those just like put a little skin in the game, y'all.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
We've spent so much more time and money revealing this, like it's putting it out to people than your average person saves like $2,000 using your program or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so that in terms of the membership site, if you guys are considering putting out a course, if you have something in your head that you just want to get out to people, we're students and colleagues of Brendan Burchard's. I don't know if you followed him. If you haven't yet, he's a phenomenal teacher, phenomenal human being, and someone who's really helping people to get their message out in the world. And he's doing a big service to those of us who are visionaries and feel like there's this burning thing inside of me that I need to share with the world and I don't know how to do it. He's taught us a lot of these sort of techniques, like do webinars or make little ebooks or make a course. And he's taught Chris the foundation of how to make the course to get what's in Chris's head and what he's been doing with one-on-one private financial coaches for years and has been super successful. And people sing his praises, but it's like 1-to-1 to 1-to-1. And we couldn't replicate him even through having a huge sales team. But Brendan has taught us how to make a course, for instance. And guys, I've spent so many hours researching all the different course site options out there. There are a lot of good ones. The only reasons that I would tell you, for instance, that you wouldn't want to use this basic ClickFunnels membership course is A, if you need really advanced functionality. I mean, pretty much what you see is what you get. I can do a timer. I can do timed release. Let me show you what that kind of like looks like when I build it. If you want extra stuff that you can't do, here's my back end of building of the course. And B, if you want your course to be with a site that helps you promote it, there are a couple of other cool ones out there like Thinkific. I watched an interview with the CEO of Thinkific the other day. And it's awesome. And they help to promote. They build a community around their course. If that's something that you're looking for, then go and do that. You can do both if you want.
But it still costs money to do that.
Oh, yeah. It costs way more money to do that.
So this is included in the $297.
This is included. So this would be the first place that I would start. Begin driving traffic. You have to do your own advertising for it, but you're going to have to do that anywhere you go anyway. Right. So someone who's just starting out, who's like, I have a thing that I want to sell. What's the easiest way to do that? You know, you can do ebooks through this. You can do a simple course, a simple but enough course through this that's well designed, has great usability, has email drips, has from the top of the funnel down through the bottom of the funnel with follow-ups and upsells and downsells in one simple place.
You didn't even show the Actionetics, the email campaign.
No, I didn't. Here's you can open the editor, for each of these sessions, and then it will give you the timing. Like I could go in and change the timed release. I restrict the access. Who can get this foundation, for instance? What products do they have to buy in order to get access to this particular site? So for this one, you have to have an upgrade. You have to have the actual course.
It's almost like a tag in Infusionsoft.
Yeah, it's equivalent to the tag in Infusionsoft to unlock, But instead of having to create all those 5 tag steps, I have a product from my product pages that you guys saw, and then I click in restrict access for each one, and it's different. Like for my module 3, I've got a module 3 for people who have purchased it as a single module, and I just cloned the other one. And that's restricted to people who purchase that one product. Right there. Bam, the single module. And it's from this funnel. Mm-hmm. Very easy to identify. And then I've got the module 3, that's part of my whole course. And you can say it's a 14-day drip. So, and I just cloned it. It was super easy. That kind of thing. But there's other stuff in here. Like it maintains your contacts. You have email lists. You can send a one-off email if you want to. Action funnels are essentially what happens, like what you guys saw me doing in Infusionsoft for the roadmap full members. Let's go in here. This is my list. And here's what you wanted me to show them. This compared to...
Right there.
Where was it?
You minimized.
Did I close it?
Yeah, because you went in.
Oh, because I went in. Yeah, and you have to go all the way back here. I have to go back to Campaign Builder, and then choose my campaign, and then go into, and then move everything over. It's already like 4 steps longer to get back to even just show you. Which I didn't think was that big a deal until it broke. And then once this broke, I realized I don't know how to fix a rocket ship. Crap.
You're not a rocket ship mechanic?
No, but I'm a mechanic over here. Like I can fix my own stuff on this end, which I like, as I try to outthink it and overcomplicate it like I do.
And I think that's because ClickFunnels was designed by people who are looking to monetize these things, right? It's not so much an enterprise. You said earlier,
organization, right?
It's not an organization, a big corporate program. It's meant for the entrepreneur. It's meant for the small individual person looking to sell their product or course or program or whatever online.
Yeah. So for example, here's all these emails, right? You guys remember this, week 1, week 2, week 3, and you can see the timers, the tagging, the posting. Here's the same exact things within my roadmap, the name of my course. You go in, here's email 1, and it's telling me already how many were sent, how many were opened, how many were clicked.
Right.
Okay? I can save it as a template. I can open the editor. They're all right here. Bam. And it shows you the number of days. That's a 7-day drip. Here's a 14-day drip. 1 click, and I was able to copy and paste and change the text in all of them. The other cool thing, too, I was harping on the link being the same. So in this email, every single one of these links is the same that says, go to your course, like go take action, right?
Super easy.
So all of these links are the same. So as I was making them, I copy and paste. I didn't have to go back and forth to get new links.
Make sure every little
time.
letter and number was perfectly right.
Right, or if there's spaces, it's going to throw it off. And yeah, so this drips all the way to them. And immediately when people buy the program, they get added to this within the Actionetics, what's called the action funnel. We have Backpack on here, which was a little bit of an upgrade. We bought.
No, it's included in.
Yeah, well, we bought the 6-month quick start kind of package.
Well, that's the other component
that gets into it, and then it offered us a couple of months of this for free. Which here's how to do. If you guys are into affiliates at all, once your program is out there, you can keep driving traffic to the top of your funnel yourself. Or Online Marketing 101, you can start to partner with some other people. Some call them joint ventures. Some call them affiliate partners. People who have lists of interested people, people who have the same interests or similar interests that may want to promote your product for you. Generally, what we've learned, and this might change by the time you watch this video, I don't know how old this will be, but generally the split is 50-50. We follow a couple, probably 3 or 4 big internet marketers to learn this game, and they all say stick with that. But
60-40, 50-50 in that range.
60-40 to 50-50 as a partner. So you can very easily set up your affiliates here and give them links to be able to promote your product for you. For instance, if they send an email to their mailing list saying, hey, guess what? My buddy has this program that I think is of great value to you for XYZ reason. I've vetted them, and while there's no guarantees, I think you might want to look at their product, and they give you a link or their service or their, whatever, your book or whatever you have. And then when they follow your specific link, then they get paid automatically from that sale. And so this is like the dashboard of what that will look like. And I mean, it's so easy to set up here that I could have 100 affiliates and it wouldn't be any more difficult or confusing.
You can even send them forms. So if anybody wants to become an affiliate, you don't even have to register them. You just send them a form, they fill it out, and bang, they're an affiliate.
Yeah, and I think there's even funnels. I honestly, guys, I haven't jumped into this yet. Within the next couple weeks, I think I'll have to, now that our course is live and people are buying it and loving it and wanting to share it with their friends. The concept is, if you're going to share it with your friends anyway, you may as well have a unique link when you share it so that you can get paid for the sharing of what you love. And they make it easy. It's all right here.
So me being the numbers guy, the finance guy, you're probably wondering, I just want to give you a real quick breakdown of everything just to recap the InfusionSoft versus ClickFunnels kind of comparison. What I can tell you for us, and it can change depending on the membership platform that you want to use. There's a lot of people out there who use Kajabi. There's a lot of people out there using places like Thinkific or Memberium like we were using. There's so many options.
And I'm showing you guys some of the integrations while Chris is talking that you can integrate, and they have preset integrations with a lot of these, the best ones that are out there. So if you're interested in these and working and continuing your relationships with some of them, they're available.
There's so many companies.
I'm just going through it while he's talking.
Sure. Just to continue, there's so many different options as far as your membership courses, but it's literally integrated right in here. And I do want to say that InfusionSoft has their own membership platform, but you're going to pay an extra $70 a month or $80 a month for it. And so your $299 all of a sudden goes to $379, right? And that just is what it is. At the end of the day, for us to get started on InfusionSoft, let me see here. I have all the numbers right here. For us to get started on InfusionSoft, it cost us roughly $2,400 in upfront cost plus $390 a month. So we're looking, that's a big number. With ClickFunnels, because they manage everything, and really if you're just starting off, you don't need more than what they have. I promise you don't need more than what they have.
And you know what? I actually promise that. And I'm the one who wants all the bells and whistles. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it like balls to the wall, gung ho. I want the best thing that's available out there so that I can do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
ClickFunnels to this point has had the accessibility to create everything that I've wanted to create without getting lost in the weeds.
Yep.
And for me to say that, you guys,
Yep.
like if you've been through this last year and a half with me, you would know that, right? That
Right.
Hannah wants it done in a certain way, and I want the bells and whistles, and I want the
Really?
ability to do everything. ClickFunnels has had, and I'm a really hard sell, ClickFunnels has had everything that I've needed so far. I've had a couple of hiccups. I get a little frustrated by not having phone support. I can't lie. And the chat support that you'll see down in the right-hand corner is always available, even when I'm up at 1 a.m. I've been able to get international support, which is cool. And that's nice, but there has been some delays. Sometimes it's even up to 6 or 8 hours, which is frustrating when I'm working on a project. But
Right.
that said, I mean, just because I want to give you the real pros and cons, outside of the lack of phone support and the delay in support, they've been fabulous. They will make little videos. They'll go into my account.
They're phenomenal.
And they'll make a video about how to fix or how to change or alter my
Right.
account to make it work in my funnel, which is pretty awesome.
But-
so anyway.
Getting back to the numbers.
Sorry. I'm always concept. He's always numbers. Can you tell?
For what costs us $2,400 up front and $390 a month for InfusionSoft, ClickFunnels is doing a special, and this is what we took advantage of. $997. $997 for everything we just showed you for 6 months. That's less than $180 a month to get going. No extra additional upfront costs. I will say that they have a special for an extra $2,000, which is the equivalent of the InfusionSoft required startup package to get going. But the ClickFunnels $2,000 package is not just like you meeting and getting trained and learning how to use the system. The ClickFunnels $2,000 upgrade is an expert ClickFunnels person helping you build and construct and actually start to monetize your funnel.
Which they do, to be fair, they do with InfusionSoft too. When I first got into InfusionSoft, I spent the $2,000 and they helped me to build out my first campaign. And it was someone that is tech certified. The difference that I found with ClickFunnels is that when you pay the $2,000 up front, you don't just get a tech person. You're not getting one of the people who works in the tech department, like answering your chat.
Yeah.
You're getting a specialist who Russell Brunson, the founder, has worked with and actually built real, like boots on the ground, living, breathing, functional, highly ROI sales funnels. Digital marketing soldiers. Yeah, like the people who really, there's a difference, right, guys? Like there's a difference between knowing how to do something and then knowing best practice of what will work the best to give you the best return on how to do something. And that's what you get with the ClickFunnels when you buy the $2,000 package.
So what I want to encourage...
So that would be my recommendation.
Yeah.
Like if you have a little bit more money right now than you have time, do the $2,000. It'll be worth it because you'll start to convert into sales a whole lot faster. If you have more time than money, then suffer through learning it yourself a little bit like I've done. I've taught myself the ropes over the last, what's it been, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
That we've done ClickFunnels. It's taken me a lot of time. I have had frustration points, but
it's relative.
Chris reminds me that it's totally relative in comparison to what it was with InfusionSoft.
Our first funnel from beginning to end with InfusionSoft took about 3 months. It took us about 3 weeks to 4 weeks with ClickFunnels.
Okay, fine. I'm just impatient. Just impatient.
I understand. But
yeah.
So what I would really encourage everybody is what we did. It's how we started. There's a link below. You can actually click on here on the YouTube page if you're watching this on YouTube. There's a link below. You can click on that link. You can go over. You can take advantage of a free trial. ClickFunnels offers a 14-day free trial for you to go on. And just full disclosure, guys, ClickFunnels has an amazing affiliate program. And that's kind of what we're doing here. I didn't really think that we would go this route when we started ClickFunnels, but yeah, we wanted to share this with you. Hopefully it adds value if you're struggling with InfusionSoft or if you're just struggling with a decision to choose between the two. Hopefully this helps. Now, if you do click on the link below, you'll be part of our affiliate program. And what I can promise you at that point in time is if we do have any funnels that you're interested in, especially if you're in the financial world, I can tell you that I'm happy to share. That's another awesome thing in ClickFunnels that you have. You can actually share funnels from account to account, and then those funnels become like templates and you can customize them. So if you're a financial professional or if you're anybody who's doing anything that's similar to what we're doing, we're happy to share.
That's true. Yeah, we're making funnels in the network marketing product. We're making funnels in the network marketing distributor acquisition space. We're making funnels in the insurance space for actual product sales, and in the membership program in lead gathering. So, if you were to do, like Chris said, we're happy to share with you what we've got. They are going to throw us a little bit of cash for having you sign in. But
it's an affiliate program.
Yeah, it's an affiliate program. That's what they do. And if this was of value to you, then that's the way that you can pat us on the back and say thank you for reducing your learning curve.
Totally.
So you don't go through the insanity that we've been through.
So hopefully this takes you, let's see here. I don't know how long this video is yet, but we're looking at just about an hour. Right on an hour on the dot. So if you took an hour to invest in this, I promise it was worth your time, whether you decide to go the ClickFunnels route or not.
I invested a year in InfusionSoft and so much time researching all of the different programs that are out there. Really, guys, I've looked into everything and settled on this one at this point. And if that changes, we'll let you know too. I mean, we're not married to this forever and ever necessarily. We're married to what's going to work for us, what's going to give us the best return on our investment for the lowest investment of time, so that we can put our money into selling and improving people's lives with what we have to share, rather than organizing and adding tags and arrows and timers.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate of not throwing good money after bad, and it's all about making the next right decision. And that was one of as hard as it was to swallow the investment and the loss of time and
I know I was kind of hesitant to switch for that reason.
Yeah. It just hit the point. We did the free trial with ClickFunnels and we gave it a shot, and within a week it was like, this is the biggest no-brainer. It was like a sigh of relief.
Yeah, it was a sigh of relief.
There was a little bit of overwhelm with the new learning curve and some stuff to deal with.
If we'd spent the $2,000 right off the bat, that would have been minimized too, which I would have done. I would do that differently. I would do this. I would spend the the $2,000 up front next time. But now Chris can throw me off the side of the boat, and he can manage all his funnels himself. He doesn't even need me. My job security gone.
So anyway, folks, I hope this was helpful. I know Hannah hopes that too. And just feel free. Please subscribe to our channel. Because
can I send you? Shameless plug. Good call.
We're always putting up good financial videos, if I don't say so myself. And but it's way more than just financial stuff, because Life 180, my company, is an acronym for leading into financial excellence. And the 180 is all about turning your life around. So I don't care if that's creating passive income and creating cash, and if you're trying to figure out ways how to do that with online courses and digital marketing, or if you just are confused by your money and how your money functions for you, or if your money you feel like is what is actually holding you back, your debt and your financial struggles and trials and all that stuff, we have answers for all that. So that's all of the kind of content that's going to be on the YouTube channel here. So if any of that is of interest to you.
Should we throw these guys a discount to the, if they've hung in this far, to the actual roadmap?
To the course? Well, yeah, go ahead. We'll do that. Why don't we give
it to them for half for the discounted?
I'll throw a link on the bottom. Let's throw a link on the bottom and they can access it. If you're interested in the course, we'll throw a link to the discounted course price.
Yeah, we'll hook you guys up.
Because of your time that you invested to go through this, it shows to me that you're really somebody who's down with pushing yourself and is really looking to grind your way to greatness, and that's what we're all about. So
that's what we're all about. Join the team, Grinders Club, grind to great. All right, y'all, we're signing off. I hope this was helpful. Lots of love. Go get them. How do I turn this off?